What's going on, everybody? Guava, Guava. How y'all doing today? Lead Farmer 73 here on a beautiful whatever day this is. I don't know. It's Thursday, Friday, I don't know. Hello, everybody. It's been a rough week, and I needed a day to travel. And when I'm traveling, I think. Hey, second floor garden, how you doing today? It's good to see you. Hey, Jewel, flew away, how you doing? I don't want this video to be long. If anything, I'll come back and do another video on something I really wanted to show you. But for the most part, Game Nerd Mom, what's up, my sister? I'll be down there. I'll be up there soon, rather. Hey, Sun Energy, Old McMoney, Chef Handy Ma'am, how y'all doing? Crafty Leo in the house. I ain't gonna fly off the handle today, y'all. I got a serious question. Say I was in Florida last month. Really? Okay, okay. I'm. If you would have told me, I'd have met you there. I was about to blow my spot up. Ant 4 Barbecue, what's up? Hey, Karen. Who else is this? CC Wins, how you doing? Let's get right into it. I want to say hello to everybody. Say vacation, because I've been working my butt off. Okay. And I got something to say about vacation later, but I'm going to tell y'all that tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. What's up, Patient Saint? How you doing? Almeida, how you doing? You deserve a break. Everybody deserves a break. Say, you good, I already know what's up. Okay, all right. Listen to this. Everybody that's in the room and anybody that's rewatching this, I got a question. Why did you do it? It's that simple. It's not going to be a rant video. It's a question that I want you to ask yourself and then answer it. Even if you got to get out a piece of paper and pencil, write it down so you can look at it with your eyes. Look at what you see. I didn't say anything about that. Did I will? Nope. Calm down and wait a second, okay? Why did you do it? See, everybody want to trigger me today and send me off into a political rant. I'm not doing that. So if that's why you're here, go away. I wish all the good luck to all the foolish people that's doing what they're doing. This is what I'm asking you. Why did you do it? Why are you doing it? What I mean by that is, why did you get a job? Why did you get a job? I know this sounds crazy, but it's something we need to talk about because we don't talk about it. We just go off of traditional things and go that way. I'm talking to everybody. Why are you working? Why? Some people gonna think is that simple to answer, but it's not. It's not that simple. It's actually very complex. And we just don't talk about it because it's the traditional norm. Heather says, so I'm not homeless. I'm glad you answered that way. I'm glad and you're working so you will not become homeless. I'm glad you answered that way. Black Feather Serpent says mostly bills that you accumulate over time, right? I'm glad you answered that way. Why are you working your job right now? Why? Okay, Old Big Money, I like to eat. Great answer for that. I'm glad you answered it that way. Why are you working? Why do you go to work day in, day out? Okay, Bradley, to provide. YOLO says, Mom didn't understand why I stopped at 28 to be entrepreneur 47. Bills and kids, I don't know I can't pronounce your name. Bills and kids. Okay, I can't pronounce your name, Miss Harris, to survive. For my kids not to struggle. Okay. because I was tricked into using their system. Okay. Game Nerd Mom, I'm working to move and buy land. Earl Swink, bills. Okay. Owner Son says, I agree not to be homeless. Okay. Bird, 2 reasons I love my job and I take care of my family. Okay. Um, K Mac, basic bills, food, to leave something to my kids. Okay. Envy me. Will and Keon, bills. Okay. Okay. Black Feathered. Okay. Specifically car payment, power bill, internet. Okay. Bills. Okay. Food, gas, got you. It was my calling to help and get paid, Kelly. Help do what? What do you do for a living? Patty, to exchange time for money, but the exchange rate does not add up. Okay. All right. Chef Handyman says, keep a roof over my family's head, feed my babies. I didn't want to have to depend on anyone else. Okay, Kelly McFarland, the only reason I asked you that because I kind of figured nurse. That's the only answer we ever give in the medical field, to help others. Son, energy, bills, and daughter college. The funny thing about that, if you're in the medical profession and you say, I'm doing this to help people, people say that's corny when we say that. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road. But it's true, unless you just love the smell of blood and doo-doo, you know? And puke. How can I leave out puke? Easy way to start the life journey, move from job. Okay. All right. This is why I'm asking this question today. Okay, everybody gave great answers. And anybody that's coming in and watch the replay, go ahead and answer it yourself too in the comments. Here's the deal. Self-independence is one. Okay, okay. Uh, Game Nerd Mom said, I'm off today, but them smells is in your brain. They melt down in your brain. Look, I ain't been a nurse in years, and I still smell them. All right, let's get into it. Now, everybody answered. There was no wrong answer to that question, okay? I just wanted to hear why you did it. Why did you get a job? And why are you doing it? Why are you working right now? Okay, I heard one person, I can't remember her name, but I heard one person actually answer that the way I wanted it answered. What is your end goal? What is your end goal? You're taking your money. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. How you doing? It's good to see you. What is your end goal? For everybody. Retirement, YOLO. That's a good answer. What is your goal for working every day, damn near 5 to 7 days a week, 40 to 60 hours a day? Everybody goes to work and does overtime, whether you want to or not. What is your end goal? I'm asking. You work every day because the world makes you work to earn a living, to keep a roof over your head, keep food in your belly, to take care of your kids, so on and so forth, to pay the bills that you accrue over time. Okay, I got a lot of that. But what is your end goal? I'm gonna make that a two-part question. What is your end goal, and when is your end goal? I'm asking. Don't answer this broadly with freedom, Melena Roberts. What is your end goal? What is your end goal? Don't just say freedom, because that can mean anything. I need definition. I need detail, because people are watching this video and they want to know, and I want to be able to help answer it. So if you can help answer that. TLC in the garden, to pass down and add on what I have been given from my parents. Okay. Black Feathers. Okay. Your name be getting me. That name be getting me. I don't know what that is, but that name be getting me. Okay. Set up my own system, for most part, basically turning my piece of land into self-autonomous country, so to speak. Okay. To be self-sufficient as possible. Okay, give me details, y'all. Give me details. Okay, Nubian says 5 to 10 years is when your end goal is supposed to be happening. Okay, September, our family wants to move larger land and get out of the city and grow crops and not grow crops, grow crops and raise animals, self-sufficient, mentally healthy. We hope to do it in the next 5 to 10 years. Thank you for that, because that's very detailed. To leave a legacy for my family. Like what, full circle? Please be in detail, because people need to know. People need to know the detail. You can say for freedom, for greatness, for self-sufficiency. Let's talk in detail now. I'm listening. How you doing, Crafty Mom? Let me see. Time frame, 5 years. Been working on this for nearly a decade. Okay. The Gardening Diva says, hey, the Gardening Diva said, my goal was to try to retire early, have my own place, but the way things are going, I don't have much hope in anything. I want land and a small house and a better gardening knowledge. I hope to be in NP in 3 years. Thank you for that detail. Black Feather, we rely on systems that we don't have our best interests at hand, need to stop supporting these kinds. We ain't talking about that. We're not talking about that. Right now, I asked a question. I hope you can answer it for me, okay? To the best of your ability. I don't want to get into the back and forth about the system and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to keep this as positive and fill with as much information as I possibly can. We ain't gonna do the ranting today. Not today. I'm so chill right now. I ain't even in a rant mode. Even though I know the world is crumbling around me, I'm not even in rant mode. I had to woosah a lot this past week. Cassandra said, I'm living my end goal, children raised, retired, and I don't have to answer to anyone. Okay. Here's the, sorry about that. Here's the, where I'm getting with this, right? A lot of people, your end goal, I'm just going to talk across the board, okay, from what, and the way I was raised and the way most people think. You are to go to, graduate from school, hopefully get some kind of higher education in one way or another, get a decent job, make a decent wage, work 30 years, retire, live off your retirement, and wait till you meet the Father. That's pretty much how the whole thing is set up, right? The end goal is survival. What does that mean? We're talking in detail today. We're talking in detail. A lot of people take their money and invest it into the stock market and 401ks and the let me see, not really living enjoying life. Okay. Everybody is investing their money into stocks and bonds, 401ks, and all kind of other things like that. And we're actually witnessing what can be done by investing in some of those things. That money that you give the people that you don't even see, can be manipulated and played with without you even knowing, right? Without you even knowing. Overnight, you can lose thousands of dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars constantly. If you don't don't pay close attention to these people that you give your money to. We literally just watched that happen, and we have proof. That's why I wanted to talk about facts. I don't want to talk about shoulda, woulda, couldas. I want to talk about facts. And I want to tell y'all something. Early in the morning, let me just say this. I sold off some of my investments early in the morning, okay? This is God honest truth. I needed a confirmation that I couldn't get that morning. So I had to turn around and cancel everything I did and redo it later that night. Please trust me. God is my witness on this. So early that morning, I was ready to sell off some of my investments. I couldn't do it. And it had some kind of waiting period where I couldn't just restart it all over. So I went on about my day and did everything I needed to do everywhere. And then later that night, before I ate dinner and went to bed, I tried it again. So I was able to get my confirmation codes and everything else to withdraw my investments. This is the God honest truth. From, let's just say, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock that morning to about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock that night. I will give it the benefit of the doubt of 12 hours, but I think it was like 8 hours because I don't think it was that late. Let's just give it I'm going to give them a push and give it 12 hours. I lost $200 in one day. I lost $200 in 12 hours. My net cash out that morning was XYZ. By the same time, 12 hours later that night, my net worth cash out was $200 less. 12 hours. The Garden Diva said, I lost $288.99 the other day in my 401k. I don't want to talk about all that nonsense. I told you I'm not getting into no rants, and I'm not. If you doing your thing, more power to you. Okay, Heather says my mom lost $800, and I sure ain't talking to no trolls today. My mom lost $800 in her 401k. Okay, in 12 hours, I lost $200 before I could finalize withdrawing my net cash out. Okay, 12 hours, $200 gone. So if I would have, that's how fast the stock market was crashing. For people like me, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. I ain't got millions of dollars invested in this stuff. But people like me, when you lose $5,000, hell, when you lose $100, you get sick to the stomach, don't you? Okay. So later that night, when I seen that, and I got screenshots of it, later that night when I seen I was $200 shy from what I was early that morning, I didn't bother to try to call customer service no more and them robots. I just went on here and cashed out because I was like, nope, I'm not doing this no more. This is why I'm here today. I'm asking you, why did you do it? Why are you doing it? Why are you working every single day of your life away from your family, away from your loved ones, away from the things that you would really rather be doing, right? Why are you going to work each and every day just for the end goal is hoping that you can get away with your pension, your social security, and all of your investments that you've made in the stock market, however, through your job or whatever you did. You're hoping that all of that, when it's all said and done, if God allows you to make it that long, live that long, can I get my pension? Can I get my social security? And can I withdraw and live off of my investments that I've done? And you want to live modestly, of course, because most people, once you retire, you're going to have to live modestly. Everybody got this dream in their head of when they retire, they're going to Hawaii. They're going to buy a nice house by the beach. And the only problem they feel like they're going to have is, I hope this volcano next to me don't erupt. Man, that's not true for most people. I ain't gonna say for everybody. For most people, that's a big old juicy lie. That's a big pipe dream that somebody fed us and said that's what we gonna have when it's all said and done. But the truth of the matter is, most of us that end up retiring with your pension don't end up being what you thought it was gonna be. Your social security don't end up being what you thought it was going to be. And then your 401ks and your CDs and your bonds and stuff like that that you invested in, you got lunatics like this playing with your money, and then you end up coming out bald as a baby. So the truth of the matter is, most of us, once we get to that point of retirement, you got in your head, you can't retire. You had a 30-year mortgage on your house, and you done refinanced your home maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 different times. You basically, every time you refinance your home, you start over. You want a new kitchen, you refinance your home. You want a new bathroom, you refinance your home. You want your extra house built on your extra room built on your house, you refinance your home. And all you do every single time is start your mortgage all over again. And you get a worse interest rate, usually, especially these days. Every time you do it, you're going to get a worse interest rate on your mortgage. So that means not only are you starting all the way over, they're going to add the cost of whatever repairs or whatever you're doing to your home onto your initial mortgage, and then it's going to raise your interest rate. So not only are you paying more on your mortgage now, but you're going to end up paying a higher interest rate on a higher mortgage payment just to have your bathroom done or just to have your kitchen remodeled. Okay. So then you're going to come out, you're not going to be able to retire because all of a sudden, you had a 30-year mortgage on this. And if you would have left it alone, you would have probably been done paying off this house when you retire from your job. But turn around, you done refinance a bunch of times. Matter of fact, the last time you refinanced was 5 years ago. So it started all over again. So you got 25 more years to pay on this mortgage. And I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying most folks do not double up on their mortgage payments. Most folks don't triple up and quadruple up on their mortgage payments. Most folks don't. I'm not saying you don't, but most folks don't. Okay. Let me see. It says your value tax on your home will go up as well when you remodel. Yes, your value tax will go up, and so will your the value of your home. But it doesn't even matter if you can't pay for it. If you can't pay your mortgage and somebody end up snatching it from you, it don't even matter how much your house is worth anymore. My point of all this whole video is I'm trying to put into perspective, what are we doing this for? If we didn't buy the fancy car, if we did not buy the new latest shoes, if we did not go to the vacation to the Bahamas, if we did not take the cruise in the Pacific, if we just held off, purchase some land, a small house, pay off said small house. I don't care what kind of house you put on it. Every red cent that you make from that point forward will go directly in your pocket. And the reason why I'm asking, why are we living like this? Because this is the model that keeps the rich people rich. The model that we're going by and we're living by, I need you to say this with your mouth. I need what I'm saying to you right now. I want you to say it and repeat it out your mouth. Because to me, maybe I'm going crazy, but to me, none of this makes any sense. Like, as hard as you work, why are you still poor? But the less this guy works, the richer he gets. All he has to do is keep that lying mentality and that whack pipe dream of the little house on the hill with the picket fence, the wife, the 2 kids, and the dog crap, the American dream in your head. That's all he got to do. That's all he has to do. The man that ain't doing nothing, his only job is to keep you believing that you will be able to live like him someday. That rich man right there that owns the corporation that you work for. I've even been to some orientations, if you will, or seminars in some of the companies that I've worked for. And you know what they do? One day you can be like this. You can drive a car like this. How many people's bosses have ever held a meeting like that? Because they wanted more out of you. They wanted you to work harder. They wanted you to stay on the job longer for every day. They wanted you to work more days a week. So every now and then, to get more production out of you, they hold these little meetings. They bring in a bunch of Krispy Kreme donuts and coffee and cakes and goodies and pies. And even sometimes they have a couple sponsors in there to give you some treats and trinkets to take home, some ink pens and stuff like that, little lunchbox, little thermos, right, with the company logo on it. And you all sit in this room and eat like pigs, eat as many donuts as you want, drink as much coffee as you want. You can have as many ink pens as you want. You in there giggling because they don't got you on the line working. So you happy just not to be working today, right? Pizza, go in there, have as much pizza as you want, right? They done ordered you some sub sandwiches or whatever. Eat as many as you want. They got a truck outside for you. Dude out there barbecuing for you. So their job is to make sure that they keep this lie going because they see when morale goes down in a company, they're whispering in the back room talking about quitting and striking and everything else, right? So we need to boost morale, bring in the pizza, donuts, and coffee, and bring in the most well-dressed boss in the building. Today he gonna wear his good suit and he gonna talk some good stuff. Everybody that's the big owners and the shareholders, the people that we don't see, they come into the building, and outside when you get to work, it's Ferraris, Maseratis, BMWs, Mercedes, all these expensive cars, Phantoms and stuff. You like, God, who's here? You come to work that day and like, God, son, what's going on? So they make sure they park all of those beautiful cars and motorcycles on your pathway when you walk into your job. So when you walking into the job, you looking at all these beautiful cars and wishing and praying, um, wishing and praying that one of these cars can be yours. So your mind is all set to go to work all day like crazy, right? Like, I ain't in the mood today. But what do they tell you when you get in? The line is down for the next 2 hours. Everybody come into the meeting room, or everybody come into the cafeteria, or everybody come into the lodge, and they let you listen to these speakers for the next 2 hours. You happy, you eating good, your belly fat, donuts, coffee, you ain't got to pay for it. They done paid for your lunch, and all you got to do is sit here and listen to these rich people spew on. All these rich people tell you, did y'all like the cars that you saw when you came in? Oh, yeah, that one is mine. See, I used to be a worker just like you. I used to be on the line over there on line 46, putting the windows and the doors on. And now I'm part share owner. How many people's jobs ever done that? And if you apply yourself, and if you work harder, and you stay over longer, and you apply yourself, what he's telling you, I know what you're hearing. But what's going through your brain as he's saying, I need you to stay longer, work harder, be more focused, be more dedicated with what you're doing, right? That's what his words are saying. But it's going in your ears. I need you to forget your wife, forget your kids, don't be at home getting no sleep, don't be at home with your family. That's what he's really saying. And I need you to use your energy and your spirit and your aura inside this building, because this building needs you, because you're a battery. We need more of you. With this 8 hours ain't enough of you. We need you here more. We need you here longer. We need, and not just here more and longer, we need you to work even harder than you already do. But the way he keeps all of that out of your head is, he every now and then when you start saying work harder, when you start even waking up like, what you mean work harder? What you mean work longer? They open the curtains for you, don't they? Now look at my car out there. You see that one? The Mercedes, the new one, the electric? Yep, that's mine. You could own that too. It's not as hard as you think. And then you lose, you wake yourself waking up because you're looking at that car. You can see yourself in that car, can't you? Like, yeah, I'm gonna get me one of them one of these days. When I get my raise, when I get my bonus, I done been here for 5 years, I done been here for 10 years. When I get my little bit more money, I'm gonna get that car. What he's doing is putting it in your head that you can get this car. Now, you can. You can afford this car over time. And you think you just work a little bit more, you can still get that car. That's the only thing in your head, but you didn't even realize he dangled the bait in front of your head. Cause now you think you're tricking him because you don't have to work that hard, you don't have to work that long just to get that car. And what do? You go off and do something stupid, and you end up getting that car anyway. It wasn't all it mattered is you got that car, you bit that hook. And once you bit that hook and you got that car, he got your ass for another 15, 20 years. Because you can barely pay for that car on your pay. As soon as they know you bought that car, as soon as they know you bought that house, as soon as they know you got some stuff that you cannot miss a paycheck, that's when they start saying, you know you was late yesterday. We can't have that. You know, everybody else in here want to fire you, you know, and I said, look, I'm going to bat for you. I'm going to bat for you. Okay? If it was up to them, you wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation, okay? But I know you. You're a good worker. You're strong. You're smart. You're a thinker. So I'm going to bat for you now. I'm putting my name on the line here, okay? Keeping you here because they want to get rid of you. I'm putting my name on the line. So if you mess this up, you mess me up, and then we'll have a problem, okay? I tell you what. I can make them forget about firing you, but I need something from you. I need you to work every Saturday for at least the next year. If you can work every Saturday for the next year for me, I can get them off your back. And as a matter of fact, they're talking about giving somebody a raise and giving somebody the position of this other supervisor. And if you show them and I'm the one putting the word in for you, that could easily be you. And what you thinking? You think you have no option. Like, damn, I'm about to get fired. He's saying either they gonna fire me or I gotta kiss his ass for a whole nother year. To you, it's a no. I mean, it's a win-win situation for you. Like, well, I'm just gonna work every Saturday for the next year, and then I could probably be the supervisor. Family, this is this damn mind game that's been played for generations upon generations upon generations, getting you in a financial bind to the point that you cannot function without an outside source of income. The reason why I'm asking you, why are you doing this? Why are we doing this? I'm asking you this because there's a whole nother way to do this stuff. And nobody's talking about it. And the only people that is talking about it, you don't want to hear them because they don't look like they're doing very well. When you see a homesteader or a farmer, I ain't talking about a corporate farmer, I'm talking about a regular old backyard farming kind of guy. He got some land, he doing his thing. When you see us homesteaders and you see us gardeners and you see us farmers, it doesn't look very glamorous to people. You got stuff laying all over the place. Stuff is growing all over the place. You know, nothing looks crispy clean. And it doesn't look like it's a desirable way of life to most people. When you see one of our homestead videos, it just doesn't, and we always dirty, all of us. I'm just talking about the people on YouTube. Everybody got dirt on them. Everybody nails is dirty. Everybody got on raggedy gloves with look like blood spatter on them. That does not appeal to the youth, and it does not appeal to people that don't like putting in no physical work at all. What is appealing is shiny cars, jewelry, and you'll pretty much sell your soul to go get it, just so it can be taken from you. Because if you quit that job, all that's gone. All your little jewelry and trinkets and gadgets and stuff that history is gone. So my point of this is, why are we investing in another man's dream? And his dream, the rich man's dream, is to keep you working for him. You are not accomplishing your dreams by doing what you're doing right now. I'm just telling you. You are not accomplishing your actual dreams. What you're doing, and what you're doing is you're setting yourself up to get kicked dead in the nuts. Now I'm going to say this. The unfortunate part about working for the man, playing this system out the way it's been built, all of this, you really don't figure out that this has all been a freaking scam. You don't figure that out until you about 50 years old and you about to retire. You don't figure out that you just wasted 30 years of your life making other people rich when you ain't got jack, and you just struggling to get by. When you calculate every cent that you've ever made in the last 30 years, you done made about a couple $1,000,000. You don't even think about that, do you? Even if you work in fast food, whatever it is, you done made a good $1,000,000 in the last 30 years. And you like, wait a minute, where'd all that money go? It went in taxes, and it went in purchasing a bunch of junk that you bought to try to prove to everybody else that don't give a damn about whether you live or die. You're trying to prove to them that you got it going on, that you're better than them, that you're unfazed financially, that you got all the money, all the bread, right? I'm not talking from a person that I'm just pointing fingers and looking down my nose, because I've done it myself. I had all the jewelry, I had all the chains, I had all the cars and the motorcycles and the houses, and because I just wanted that status. But as you get older, you realize something. Your status don't mean shit. It's fake. And I can prove that with a real quick example. I worked at Home Depot years ago, and I was a manager. I was a manager at a Home Depot. Funny thing about that is, even though I was a manager, I opened the store and I closed the store. I managed all the cashiers. I managed the nursery. I managed the people in the paint department. That was my job. Even though I was the head over everybody in the store. From the moment the store opened, I had the key to the store. What got me was, I'm here early, I leave late, but I only get one pay. I make salary. Then I start figuring out the cashiers make just as much money as I do, and they only got to be here for anywhere from 7 hours, or 8 with their lunch. They don't got to do what I got to do. They don't got to sit in these meetings. They don't have to sit here and listen to how the store is doing and how we need to rearrange things, and then take all of these orders from the higher ups and then make sure that gets down to the lower down. They don't, my cashiers, my department head, they don't have to care about any of that. I do. But the funny thing is, I don't make too much more money than they do. Now, I was able to wear my little tie and my white shirt with my smock on, right? But I'm the one to come to work clean, dress shoes, slacks. I don't have to wear any old thing in this smock. I need to have my suit tie. I need to be clean every day. I need to be clean shaven. I need to present myself, so if somebody asks for me and they need to talk to the manager, I can show them that, yeah, I'm the guy you really want to be talking to and trust. So I need to be on point every day. I can't come to work half-assed, right? Okay. But it dawned on me. I'm doing more work and I have more responsibility, and my job is on the line way worse than a cashier or a department head, but they only make $1 less than I do, maybe $2 less than I do. But really, even though I may be making anywhere from $2 to $5 extra, that kicks me up into another tax bracket. So after taxes, me and this cashier that she's still in high school is pretty much bringing home the same stuff. So the only difference between me and this cashier is I got on the shiny suit and the shiny tie, and my nails is clean, and I wear dress shoes, clip-clopping through the store, and when somebody needs help, they call me because I'm the manager. The bottom line is, it was just status. It was just status. It wasn't money. It wasn't about finances. So I had to do some real soul searching. Like, what am I doing here? I'm not making any headway. And I got this position. They talking about promoting me and all this. I don't want to promote. I don't want another promotion where I got more work to do, more responsibility, and I make even less money because the corporate office dude, he's coming in driving a Kia Sorento. If this is the top dog and he come in driving a Kia Sorento or a Honda Civic, I don't want his job. That means I'm gonna have more responsibility, get in more trouble, and get paid less money because you get another tax bracket. Once you get in the next tax bracket, it's like you ain't got nothing. Okay. So the reason I gave y'all that example is right now, you're only living for your status. You're not living a real life. You're living with that Corvette in your driveway. You're living with that Harley Davidson in your driveway. You're living with that motorhome in your driveway. You're living with about $20,000, $30,000 worth of furniture inside your $400,000 house. You're living for status. Nobody cares. Your neighbors do not care. Imagine this. You're paying all this money to pay for this expensive car or vehicle or house just so your neighbors can come by and say, hey, nice car. You just spent $40,000 on a compliment. Because other than that, an old car will get you from A to B just like a new car will. But you wanted to pay $60,000, $80,000 for a better compliment. That's how we're living today. We're living to get compliments and pats on the back. But see, as they compliment you and pat you on your back, you go in the house with a smile on your face like, yeah, you see that? Yeah, he was tripping off the rims. He was tripping off the wheels. He was tripping off the candy paint. But you got a car note. He don't. When you go, he done, hey man, nice car, thanks. You had both of y'all at the mailbox. You get your mail out, he get his mail out. He just got his new AARP card, and your ass got a whole bunch of bills that you pulled out like this, and one of them is that car note payment. You leave out paying $800 to $1,600 every month for a car just to get a pat on the back, just to get attention, just to be recognized. My point of saying all of this, family, because I don't want to veer off and I don't want to get into no rant. I just wanted to put something on your mind. There's a way out of this matrix. If we cut the crap, cut all the fancy fandangle bullshit, bought some land and threw a little tiny house on it, whether you build it yourself or you purchase it, pay that sucker off, because you could pay off a modest home. You can pay off a modest home, okay? Even if you had to put like a mobile home or a tiny home on it for a while, whatever. until you could build your money up to actually build you a real home. The way we living right now ain't right. Everybody lost money in the stock market the other day. Everybody. And that was proof that we're puppets. And somebody else is holding the strings, playing with our money, playing with our lives, playing with our securities. And when it's all said and done, it's nobody you can call to say, hey, man, stop doing that. Hey, please don't do this. Please leave my money alone. I had no say in that. Can you call me before you about to make these critical decisions with my investments? Nobody can do that. If we invested in ourselves by purchasing land, buying a used car that may need a little work, get you a little bit of livestock, sell you a few of your trees once you buy the land, put you a modest home on the land when you get it. Don't try to just go out there and build no $400,000 home on the land. Because guess what? That's what I was thinking about doing at first, and I had to rethink all of that. Put something modest on the land and get the land started. Even the Bible say, you know, till your land before you build your home, right? Till up the land. Get your land up and going before you start building and stuff on it, don't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. But it say pretty much learn your land, get your land up and paying you back before you start building a whole bunch of stuff on it, building a house on it. That way, when you get your house and get your house built up, man, your garden already growing. Your apple, you pulling apples and peaches, pears and plums off the trees while they're building your home, right? You getting fresh eggs out your doggone chicken coop while they're building your home. You pumping water out your fresh well while they're building your home. You understand? Because all of this stuff is already, you done already put the work in. So when they finally build your home, it's already established. Your land has already been cultivated and tilled. It's producing for you to be sustainable. That's how it's supposed to be, biblically. But we're putting all of our trust in other men that plays with our hard work, literally plays with our energy. We talk about energy a lot, right? We always, everybody, yeah, protect your energy. Don't we say that a lot? Protect your energy. Yeah. They got your energy in the palm of their hand and they playing with your energy. Every time you go to work and they tell you you got to stay over. Every time they tell you, hey, look, don't plan for the holiday because we need to go into overtime. We behind on the quota. Every time they tell you you won't make it to your daughter's birthday party or you won't be able, you need to reschedule your vacation. They playing with your energy. Because soon as they tell you, this is why I say that, because soon as they tell you you need to reschedule your vacation, or you can't have your vacation, or you and your wife need to push back your anniversary celebration, or whatever, because you need to be in here. And if you miss that day, we're going to have a meeting about removing you. Your whole energy has changed. Because now they put on your mind that you need to change things that you're naturally supposed to be doing, which is watching out for your family, taking care of your family, being there for your family. Now you got to hear your wife's mouth. You got to hear your kids sad because you ain't going to make it to the recital. All of this stuff, the Christmas pageant, you ain't going to make it. And your only excuse is, I got to work. I'm sorry. How many people has ever said that? You worked your whole life. How many times have you said, I'm sorry, but I have to work? One of the things that spent me down this alley of being self-sufficient and independent was I'm gonna fess up and tell a truth of my very own, a private situation. My brother was in my brother was having a surgery. This was years ago. My brother was having a surgery, and my whole family went back home for my brother having his surgery. Now, I really didn't believe that my brother was having his surgery because my brother is like one of the strongest willed, physically strong, and strongest mental capacity people I know in my entire life. And I'm like, he ain't nothing wrong with him. Lord, forgive me, but I kept saying this over and over and over again, and I regret it, and I've asked for forgiveness from the Father so many times. I kept saying, ain't nothing wrong with him. You going? I ain't going. He all right, man. That dude just he want us there to be acting up. I ain't go. I'm the only one in my family that didn't go. Now, this is why it ain't just because I said I ain't going because he might be bullshitting. It was because I knew I had got myself in a pickle and I had stayed on vacation too long on my job one time. And it was like, if you miss one more day, we're going to have to talk about how much you need to be here anymore. On the job that I was at, they said, you can't miss any more days. So when I heard my brother was having this surgery, I was already like, ain't nothing wrong with my brother, right? But then on top of that, my confirmation was my job saying I can't go anywhere or I might get terminated. So I didn't want to take that risk. So what did I do? My entire family went to go stand by my brother's side. And they asked me why couldn't I go? And I said, I'm sorry, I gotta work. They ain't gonna let me off. I gotta work. That was the only thing I had. Them words haunt me to this day. Because I almost lost my brother. My brother almost died in that surgery. As a matter of fact, it was supposed to be a simple surgery, but it went sideways. Them words haunt me to this day. And that's one of the very first things that got me like, I can't keep living like this. How would I have felt if my brother would have passed away and I wasn't there? I am that dude. My brother, that's like losing part of me. It ain't like one of those brother kind of situation kind of thing. No, no, no. This dude was a real brother. You understand? And I'm not talking about no fake friend brother. I'm talking about my DNA, my older brother. This dude was like my father. Because when my father was at work and not there, my brother took his place and he protected me my whole life. No matter what. All advice that I couldn't get from my dad, my brother was right there to be like, don't mess with her. My dad wasn't there to tell me don't mess with this girl. All I seen was she smelled good, she looked good, and that thing. He said, not that one. To the point we almost get in a fist fight. Like, you can't tell me what to do. This my brother. The brother that has taken a couple of falls for me, Lord have mercy. A brother that have taken a couple charges for a mug, you dig? Like, that's that real. Like, that kind of brother that said, you messed up, but I'm not going to let you eat this problem. I'm going to take the blame on this one. Because you doing too good. I can't have you messed up. That kind of brother to take the rap for you. You understand? The kind of brother to say, when somebody asks you, who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? That's mine. And I look at him like, and he look at me like, we just had a whole conversation with our eyes. Like, just shut up. I got this. And the way I repay him is not being by his side during a surgery. If I would have lost my brother, I'd have lost my mind. And I knew after that, guess what? End up quitting the job anyway. End up leaving the job anyway. Jobs aren't forever, but your family is. You know what my mama used to say all the time when I was at the post office every single day? Baby, when you gonna quit that job? I said, Mom, I'm making good money. I got a good job. But you ain't the same at that job. You always gone, you always busy, you always angry, you always on your way somewhere. You never sit down long enough to... My mama did not like me working at the post office. When I told her I quit the post office, when I tell you it was like we hit the lottery, she was so happy. She was happy like I told her we hit the freaking $400 million lottery. I said, Ma, I ain't going back. She said, good. Now sit down, we gonna watch Wheel of Fortune. You know? Pat stay checking them. You working for status. And you breaking your back and you taking all your energy away from your family. And it don't gotta be that way. You know what'll happen? If you go out there and mess around and purchase you some land, throw a little house on it, throw a little barn on it, throw some livestock on it, you know what you're gonna see? You know what it attracts? Family. What's that saying? If you build it, they will come. Your family shows up. Your family comes together for whatever reason. Whatever reason, no matter how many it is, they come. Which they cannot do if you're spending your whole life inside of a building working for another man, making them rich. The point of this whole video is you right now, if you haven't figured out that you can do this different and come out better in the long run, if you invest in yourself right now. Because if you keep investing in future ventures with these people that's playing with your money, you're going to end up poor, broke, lonely anyway. And when I say poor, broke, lonely, I mean it. You're going to be poor, you're going to be broke, and you're going to be lonely because your wife or your husband going to leave you because you ain't never there anyway. Right? You ain't never there anyway. You off at work. That right there, family. And the other thing that they want to see, they don't want to see family working together. They don't. And everybody that say they. If you don't know who they is, you may be one of them. So question yourself. They don't want to see a husband and a wife. They don't want to see a husband, a wife, and the children under one roof. They don't want to see the protector. They don't want to see the provider. And they don't want to see the future offspring of that kind of power. They don't want to see that in one dwelling. Because see, once you got the man and you got the wife, you got the husband, you got the wife, and you got the offspring of two powerful individuals, that offspring is going to be just as powerful, if not more powerful, in the future. They are now waking up these children to know what to look out for. So down the line, what that does is messes up the industry because they don't want you making no smart children. Why do you think this country don't invest in education? They don't want smart people. They want dummies. They don't need a battery to have a brain. Do you understand me? They don't need a battery to have a brain. They just need your essence, your energy. That's it. They don't need your opinion. They don't want your advice. They don't want nothing else from you. What do they always say? Just shut up and work. They don't want nothing else from you but your spine. You can almost call the powers that be the predator. You know how the predator come down, he snatch you up in some of them trees and rip your spine out. That's all he wanted. That's all the predator come to get, your spine and your skull, don't he? He don't want your feet. He don't want your arms. He don't want the rest of your body. He don't want your guts. All the predator do is come to snatch that spine up out you, so he can put that on his mantle as a trophy. That's what these companies do. They don't want your brains. They don't need you to be smart. The predator don't care whether you smart or not. He wants the strong ones. Have you ever thought of that? He only goes after the ones that want to fight back. He want to go after the ones that's strong. He want to go after the ones that want to go after him. He don't care about the dummies running through the forest with no weapons on them. Think about it. He'll let you get away. And even on some of the Predator movies, what they say, put down the weapons, put down the weapons. He only wants us if you got a weapon. They put their weapons down, he stopped thinking about you. If you stop fighting back, he don't want to have nothing to do with you. If you just give in and just walk away, he don't want to have nothing to do with you. The predator only wants the strong-willed and the strong spines, the ones that's going to fight back. And that's what they want to do. They only want your spine. They don't need you to be smart. So that's why they dumb down the educational system. They want to keep it this way and make it even worse. Because people are waking up, and that's why they're messing with the educational system now. They know people are waking up and getting smarter and getting hip and opening books on our history. And then they're like, oh, no, we can't have that. Oh, my goodness. You mean to tell me we have less in the workforce? Now, let's talk about some facts, okay? We have less in the workforce since the year 2020, since the cough, right? We have less in the workforce since 2020 when we had the cough than we have before this latest president got in. Why? Not because people couldn't find jobs. People were getting smart to figuring out after 2020, after the cough, we don't need to be working for you. After people start waking up and became entrepreneurs and selling their wares and using their skills for trade and to make their own income and pay their own taxes and pay their own health benefits, the people found out my health benefits ain't supposed to cost that much that I was paying through the job. I don't need to pay for vision, because vision, you can walk in damn Walmart Vision Center and pay $100 and you have a pair of contacts. I don't need to pay out of my check $30 and $40 every time for vision insurance. I could walk right into any vision place and pay $100 to get some contacts and some glasses. Why am I giving you $30, $40, $50 a month? I mean, per paycheck. So once you start figuring out healthcare don't cost as much when you're paying out your pocket, vision and dental don't cost as much when you're paying out your pocket, because dental don't pay jack. So where's all this money going that they taking out your check every week? To them. To them. Because it ain't, your insurance ain't paying for nothing. By the time you go get your teeth done up, you get your new glasses, your new contacts, what they say, your copay was $20. You got to pay for the rest. What? I pay $30 a week. I pay $30 a week for my vision. Yeah, that's it. Paid $20, but you have now the balance of $86.29. Hell, I paid $86.29 for the last damn 30 days coming out my check. They got us by the balls. In 2020, when everybody, they made it so you couldn't go to work, and people start figuring out, I like this. A lot of people from 2020, from the cough days, they figured out, hey, I'm turning my little side hustle into a job. My little side hustle turned into a business. My little side hustle made me go down and get a LLC. My little side hustle made me go take a couple of extra classes that where I can make this into a real thing. The money that I'm making now, instead of investing in these rich people getting richer off my spine. I'm investing what I make with this hustle, now turn job, into my own business. I'm investing back into me. And now I got a small business and we're sustaining ourselves. I'm sustaining my family. It's a lot of small business owners that we're not talking about right now that truly are getting screwed. Why are they crashing the market? A lot of people have their reasons why they think the market is crashing, why they did it on purpose, because it was done on purpose. But I'm gonna say this: if you see these rich millionaires and stuff, they gonna hurt. They hurt bad. The millionaires and billionaires is hurt bad from the stock market crashing, right? But get this: it totally destroyed the small business owner like me and you. The small business owners are decimated. There is no coming back for most of small business owners in this short span of time. The businesses have been cut. The love and the ties have been broken. There is no coming back. So what they now again, this conspiracy theory alley, okay? Just go down here for a hot second. We're gonna peek around a dumpster. I ain't going down the alley, so I don't need no rope. Conspiracy theory alley. The reason they crashed the stock market is to crush all of the small business owners and get them back into the workforce. Because the small business owners were taking money out of the big corporations. Think about that real quick. If 2020 happened, and since 2020 all of these mom and pop shops start popping back up, and all of these entrepreneurs and small businesses start popping back up, you're taking money away from these corporations. You don't think it's much, but those big companies and corporations, they see you. They like, wait, how good is their coffee? Damn, that's pretty good. What kind of beans is them? Is that Arabica? What's that? North Indies beans? Where they get the beans from? You start hitting Starbucks in the pocket because you started getting up with other people that produce the same beans as Starbucks do. You open a little coffee shop and you producing better coffee than them. Now you people is flocking around the corner to come get your coffee. You don't think Starbucks ain't paying no attention to you because they so big? No, they're paying attention to you because they like this. Their coffee is good. And if we don't stop them now, they will overtake us and probably in the near future put us out of business. So again, conspiracy theory alley. It was so many of these entrepreneurs and mom and pop shops popping up doing everything, and it was easy to get to them. And they're on the internet. They have their own websites, so they was making money. These big corporations was watching us flourish. Oh, we can't have that. They want to crumble this stock market just enough to destroy the mom and pop shops and the entrepreneurs that have built a reputation from 2020. Like all the people over on TikTok, right? All the people that have built companies and corporations and their own mom and pop shops from TikTok. Look, we can't have people making no money. That's taken out of our pockets. The rich will slowly become poor if you don't keep giving them money, right? So I'm gonna get out of conspiracy theory alley. That was just my thought. I could be 100% wrong. Just my thoughts, okay? That's not factual. Those are just my thoughts. So we come out of conspiracy theory alley. Now I want to talk about again and close this out with this. There's another way to retire early. There's another way to live. And it has never been put in our mind that this is a glamorous life. And they want you to think that this is grimy, dirty, it's for poor people, it's for dumb people. Farming, gardening, and homesteading has always, all my life, been taught to you as those are stupid people. Those are dirty people. Those are dumb people. Those are people with no skills. That's why they're not here living in the city with us, because we're smart, we're better, we're stronger, we're more classy. Think about it. True to life. Am I lying? That's how we've been taught all these years. What do they call this? What do they call this? And I was telling a friend of mine about this before. When I grew up, and if you're anywhere close to my age or even older, I'm gonna tell you this. What did you used to see on cartoons? What did you used to see on TV? Country cousin, city cousin. How many people ever seen them little shorts and stories or cartoons or comedy acts? Country cousin, city cousin. They always make the city cousin out to be the classy one, the smart one, the one that's the move maker, the one that's like, look, you embarrassing me. It's never been the other way around. Am I lying? They always made the cousin that was what was the name of the Perfect Strangers with Balky? Remember that in the 80s? Perfect Strangers, the city cousin and the country cousin. That story has been told on TV shows and cartoons and movies my entire life. They have never gave anybody that's homesteading, farming, gardening, or anything like this any credit. They were always the dumb ones depicted on television. So what does television and radio do? It teaches you. If you've never been to the country and you've never been in rural parts of America, you think everybody in the country and everybody in these rural parts and everybody in the South is just stupid. It's not your fault. You've never been down there. And the only thing from the 70s, 80s, and the 90s that we've been shown, because there wasn't no internet, was from the television. And the television said, the only thing was told to you was these people in the South is stark raving stupid. Teeth missing, don't wear shoes, straw hats, chewing on a piece of straw. Am I lying? I'm not making this up. I'm talking about what they put in our heads. They made you feel, and anything they had to do with farming, they always had the farmer out there walking behind a donkey or something with the plow, take his hat off, and his dirty ass wife run out there with no shoes on and hand him a big ass mason jar full of lemonade and he drink it. Thank you, honey. Goodbye. I'll see you tonight. Hope that dinner is good. Don't he? They make sure they depict that scene as these is the worst, stupidest, dirtiest people on the planet. Farmers, homesteaders, they made country folk, they made sure that you knew that these people are stupid, uneducated, dumb, no skill, and all their job is to do is sit around here and grow our damn food. And then, as far as for the black folks, they put in your head that all that's good for you is that slave work. Why would you want to go grow your own food? That's for slaves. Why would you want to get a farm? That's for slaves. Why would you want a homestead? That's for slaves. They put this shit in our head. They put it in your head so you don't ever do it. Because they know that that is the key to self-sufficiency. If you do go, and you know what? I used to ask this when I was young. Damn, why don't everybody just move from the South? I lived up north. Why don't people move from the South and just come up here? Why they gotta live that way? Number one, because it ain't like that. Number two, who the hell wanna go back to a noisy, busy, crime-riddled city living right on top of one another when all the food that you purchasing is really truly designed to kill you? They stay out in these rural areas because they love this shit. And I understand it. I understand now. Because when you eating your own food, I don't care. I know this sound corny, but it's the truth. All my real gardeners, homesteaders, and farmers stand up. Listen, when you eat your own food, you taste it. It actually makes you feel better. Your bowels move different when you eating your own food. Whether it's meat or it's in the garden. Your bowels even move. Your body react different. They do not want you healthy. Listen, y'all, I done lost over 50 pounds. I've lost over 50 pounds. And I hit a goal. I ain't going to talk about it, but I hit a goal last 4 days ago. I stood on that scale. I took a picture of that sucker. And I'm going to tell you something. That's just from eating my own food and staying out of the grocery store and staying out of the fast food lane. I ain't jogging. I ain't fast walking. I ain't lifting weights, and I ain't in no gym. Never have done none of it. But I'm down over 50 pounds just from eating better. They do not want us doing that. When I get this livestock really up and going and rolling, and I'm bringing in eggs, and I'm butchering my own meats, and then I'm getting out the garden, I'm planting my tomatoes and peppers and stuff. I didn't even do a video on it because I was like, I ain't got time for that shit. I know people want to see it, but I need to get this rolling. Let me tell you something, family. You just feel better. Your bowel movements is different. You urinate different. Your urine is even clearer. And you're supposed to keep on peeing to clean these toxins out your body. You are not supposed to be sitting around and ain't got to pee for 24 hours. That is not healthy. I don't care what nobody tell you. People be like, there might be, if you're peeing this much, it might be something wrong with your glands, or might be something. Man, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. The reason why some of that inflammation, some of that stuff happening in your body is from inflammation from eating bullshit anyway. And that urine is to get these toxins out your body. When you poop, it's to get the nutrients out of whatever you ate and expel the waste. It ain't supposed to sit in your body for 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Whatever you eat should be on its way out tomorrow, by tomorrow morning. It need to be coming out. If you ate some beans today, you better be seeing some beans in the toilet in the morning. You shouldn't eat a hamburger today and then see some hamburger next week sometime. That's, man, I'm telling you. You be like, I don't remember eating no onions, but that smell a little oniony. Yeah, that was weeks ago. That burger just done got through your system. That's because it wasn't real meat. It wasn't real onions. It wasn't real nothing. You put a chemical sandwich in your mouth that looked like a hamburger. That's not a hamburger. You went through that drive-through and they gave you chemicals on a bun. The buns is chemical. The vegetables is chemically maintained so they don't go bad. The tomato chemicals, the onions chemicals, the ketchups is pure chemicals, the mustard is chemicals. The burger ain't meat. The bun is chemicals. The bun is sponges. Literally foam. Go do your research and you will see. So the more you keep putting a handful of chemicals, and most of us, you'll buy 2 chemical sandwiches and a large chemical fry and put all this shit in your body. And on top of all of this weird oil, I call it motor oil because that's not real oil. You could put that oil from them fries in your car and you ain't got to change your oil for the next 30 months. They killing us. All from our own ignorance because we still believe in the system that they've made for us. We believe in the system that they have made for us. And the thing that gets me is we don't even question it. We don't question it anymore. And every time somebody off the side kind of start questioning the system, you a loose cannon. They figure you out and get rid of you. Every time somebody start waking up, go get him. He talking too much. They make sure they get rid of you. But they can't get rid of all of us at the same time. And that's what's happening. After 2020, people start realizing I don't have to work at this job for 30 years. I don't need a 5-bedroom home. I don't need a brand new, up-to-date New Year car. I don't know who the hell made up you need to get a new car every 2 to 3 years. Whoever made that stupid shit up don't even make no sense at all. That you're supposed to get a new car like they draws. They say you need to change your car like you change your drawers. And seriously, you know, your drawers, depending on if your thighs rubbing or not, you might have to retire these drawers in a good 2 years, depending on the wear and tear on them and what your job is. You know what I'm saying? But they saying you need to do your car the same way. For what? I drove to this car lot in this car and they had a problem. Why do I need a new one? Because the paint is kind of chipping right here. It make a little squeaky noise in the window because the window won't roll all the way up. We have screwed up everything. And the problem I'm having with the whole thing is we have not and will not question the people that have made this system up. This way of living, this fake, phony, false way of living, we won't even question it anymore. And the only time you hear somebody is saying anything about it is they're downrating what us homesteaders and gardeners and stuff do. But the thing they don't even ask us homesteaders, gardeners, and farmers is this: how is it that we're able to make YouTube videos all the time? Where are you getting this much time from? Every time you look on YouTube and see one of us gardeners, homesteaders, and farmers, what do you see? We're talking to you. Most of us ain't somewhere punching a clock. And if we're punching a clock, it's by choice. What you also see is we really don't look like we about to go nowhere today. We're here entertaining you and hoping to share knowledge with you. Now, we can look as dirty and unshuffled as you might think we are, but I promise you, we living pretty good. This is the real dream that we supposed to be here with. And I ain't talking about the American dream, okay? Let's get that out of our vocabulary. This was promised to us by the Almighty. This way of living was promised to us in the good book. This way, a man that don't eat, a man that don't work, don't eat, right? You should own land as far as I can see. You will have your own livestock. You will not be in anybody else's debt. Now, like I'm telling you, this right here is biblical. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not saying I'm no pastor, none, so just correct my words because I'm not that well spoken with it, okay? So if you ain't working for another man and you ain't buying a whole bunch of nonsense, you ain't indebted to nobody, right? If you producing your own livestock and you living right, you gonna get, I forget how it's supposed to, you'll be paid back how many times fold? I forget. But you understand what I'm saying? So this ain't the American dream. When people say, you think you living in a city with all this junk and shit in your garage, that's the American dream. No, it's not. That's man's dream. That's the American dream. That is. But that ain't how we supposed to be living. We supposed to be living by the Father's dreams because this is what he said he would give us if we pay attention, huh? Right? Am I lying? If I'm lying, it's in that book somewhere. Go check it for yourself. He said if we living right, he gave us this. But what we're doing is giving our power in what God put here for us, the way of life that he said is for us. We're giving that power over to only one man that controls everything. We're giving our spirit, our energy, and our power over to a man, a greedy man, that takes everything from us and gives us nothing, and gives us nothing but a quick death, an early grave. Somebody tell me how to make that right. Like, where is that supposed to be okay? So I'm coming to y'all today and asking you, what are we doing? Why are you doing this? Your end goal is to put money in your 401k and retire. Am I right? Let's get back to the beginning of this video. Your end goal is to invest money into your job. Get your 401k when you're done with your job. Get your pension, get your social security, and pull out all your investments, and you're supposed to live comfortably. Again, why isn't that happening for the American people? Why are all these people investing their time, energy, and life and limb to these corporations? And then in 30 years, you curled over like a damn Frito chip. You can't move. You got low mobility. Your back is broke. Your knee is replaced. Your hips is replaced. You got rotator cuff problems. Your fingers won't uncurl like this from holding jackhammers all day. And now you think you about to go to Hawaii and sit on some damn chair and drink Mai Tais all day? Nope. Your ass end up having to, once you figure out they ain't giving me the Social Security I want to appeal this. They owe me more. Wait a minute, my 401k, they supposed to be giving me more money than that. What? Oh no, my pension, they supposed to be giving me more money than that. You spend half of your damn life, and I've watched my elders do it. I've watched my daddy do it, and I've watched my friends' fathers do it. Go and have to keep appealing because the first thing they do, that first little bit of money they give you, they hope you take it. They're just like the insurance companies. They hope that you say, oh well, that's good enough for me. They don't want you to appeal it. And if you go appeal it and say, y'all owe me more money, I want more money, you know what they do? They say, okay, the appeals process takes 6 months. What do? That's either going to make you do one or two things. If they tell you the appeal process takes anywhere from 90 days to 6 months and sometimes a year in a bad situation, that means you go back to work until the appeal is processed. Or they want you to scare you. Instead of giving you all your damn money, they want you to say, all right, just forget it. Just give me what you're gonna give me. I ain't trying to go back to work. Just give me that $10 a month. I've seen it over and over and over again. Now see, when you say, okay, lead ain't working on no government or city type job, no normal job, right? So I'm not accruing all of the benefits that you would on your job, your 401ks and your savings and all of this stuff, right? I'm not able to do that. Being working for myself, I'm not able to do all those things that a corporation can do. But at the same time, that is money that you're saving that they're just going to take anyway. And I'm going to tell you why. If you saving up money on the side because you're working for this dude, you going to get hurt. That company ain't going to pay for your injuries. You going to the hospital and you going to go in your savings, use that money and spend it anyway just to get better, just to go back to work for them. So all your life savings, all it's doing is keeping you alive long enough to finish out your career with these people that keep injuring you. They're the reason you're sick. They're the reason you're hurt. They're the reason you're crippled. They're the reason you need a hip replacement. They are the reason that you need all your joints removed and therapy. They are. But when you working at your own pace to produce what you need to produce, and you don't have to overproduce, you're working at your own pace, and your mind and your body tells you how far you can work, what your body can and cannot do. You're not forced to do anything when you own your own land and you're producing your own excellence here. Your body is telling you, look, don't be, cut this grass. Now let's think about this for real. It's time for me to cut the grass, right? And this is how I cut my grass. I cut my grass in stages. I cut that big old piece over there. I cut a half an acre over there. I get off that tractor, go in there, take me a break, drink me some water, might eat me an apple or two, right? Sit down, look at y'all on the video, go back out there when the sun go down, get back on that tractor, knock out this other half an acre, go back in, sit on the porch, giggle for a minute, call a few people. Then get back on the tractor right before it's night and finish up the job. You can't do that on a real job. Your job is to get on this tractor and cut this grass until we tell you to stop. You better not stop for no reason. You better not stop talking about some you hot. You better not stop talking about some your arms hurt. You better not stop talking about some I don't know what's wrong with the engine. You better not. You gonna get rolled up, fired, or something else. You better not stop talking about it's hot out here. You better not stop talking about it's about to rain. You better not stop talking about some I just seen some lightning. You better not. You better not stop doing your job until that supervisor tell you to stop doing your job. And if you do before that, that's mutiny, you're fired or replaced. So you may think working on that job is giving you all those extra benefits, those little sideline pieces of money, but at the same time, I know everybody, and I did it myself, all my savings and efforts kept going into hospital bills from me being hurt on each and every job I've ever had. You think because you work in the office that you're not hurt? Your mental, your eyes staring at that screen in the office all day. Your mental capacity ain't right when you sit in an office all day, because human beings ain't supposed to be enclosed like that all freaking day with artificial lights and shit on us. You end up getting sick because you're not getting the right sunlight, the vitamin D from the sun. And then you start getting cramped up and hunched over because you've been sitting in this damn seat all day. To the point they even telling people, stop sitting in office chairs and sit on this damn hobby horse bouncing ball chair. You go in the office and you talking to somebody about your payments or whatever, and they sitting on one of them hobby horses from the 70s. Like, what is you sitting on? Oh, this is an ergo ball. So my legs, I can do some workouts, and so my back doesn't hurt. New ergo balls they give us. Ergo balls. And I'll be like, that ain't no damn ergo ball. That's a hobby horse. Yeah, from the 70s. I had one had a giraffe head on it. And I used to hold his ears and do like this. Yeah. I had a hobby horse. I believe my wife had, I mean my little sister had a little unicorn hobby horse. That's all you sitting on is a hobby horse. There ain't no ergo ball. But that's how bad it's doing people's bodies, where they're starting to try to make ergonomically friendly furniture for you to sit on for the next 10 hours. Because they know it's destroying your body and your mind. What did they start doing in them office buildings? Changing the lighting. Now they saying, oh, we got new light. It's the new blue UV ray light. So it's just like the sunlight. So they doing all of that because they know that office building is killing your ass. And it's blowing all them fumes and stuff in from the vents and the black mold. That's no way of life, family. I'm not knocking nobody that's doing it and loving it, because I heard somebody say, I love my job. Ain't nothing wrong with that. My only thing is there is another way. I'm not knocking nobody for working in the system. All I'm telling the rest of everybody is there is another way to live. It's not glamorous, but boy, is it rewarding. What time did I wake up today? I don't know. I don't know what day it is. I can't make that shit up. Because I don't give a damn. Because I ain't got to be nowhere. And I ain't on nobody's time clock. And I'm not late for nothing. So I wake up when my body tell me to wake up, or this puppy dog wake me up. I don't wake up because, oh my God, I'm running late. I ain't had that horrible feeling in years. That feeling of fear that I'm late, even on my day off. I ain't had that feeling in years. That I'm running late all the time. Even on your day off. Even on your day off, you always feel, you keep looking at your watch. You know why on your day off you keep looking at your watch? Because you keep counting down. Even though it's your damn day off or you on vacation, you looking at your watch because you counting down. I only got 2 more days of vacation left. You understand what that does to your damn energy? You on a 1-week vacation in Barbados some damn where, on a cruise down in Florida, And all you doing is keep looking at your watch. Because they got it built into you that you're going to be late. You better not be late. So instead of you saying, I'm going to be late, you end up using your same watch and your same mental to be like a countdown to how many days left you got to have some fun. You're not having fun if you're paying attention to your time and counting how many more minutes you got left to have some fun. You like, okay, because it's going to take us 8 hours to drive all the way back home. Okay, 8 hours to drive back home, and tomorrow we're supposed to go out to eat. We usually be in the restaurant, sit there for about 2 hours talking. Then you timing everything. What fun is that? You're timing. You're putting everything you're doing on vacation on a stupid schedule. Okay, and then we about to go to sleep, eat some ice cream about, 8, 7:30, it make my belly, I get the bubble guts if I eat too much ice cream. So 6:30, 7 o'clock, we get the ice cream. That'll give me time to take me a dump. Then I'll take me a shower and get ready for bed, and then make a little sweet love. Give me about 15 minutes for that. 15 minutes worth of loving. 15 minutes worth of loving. Everybody's like, 15 minutes. Give me about 15 minutes worth of loving, and then we go to sleep. We wake up about 7 o'clock, we go down to the pool. That's because they put this mentality in your brain that you're running late. You better not be late. Keep your eye on your time. Don't spend too much time just doing that one thing. Diversify. Now you need to start working on this project here. And you never stop looking at your watch. As long as you out there working in this world that they got us working in, it take about 2 years for you to stop doing this. After you retire, after you start working for yourself. I'm only speaking for myself. And everybody know exactly what I'm talking about because you're doing it right now. Some of y'all like, how long you been on this video? Man, I gotta go to work. I gotta go back to work. I'm on my lunch break. How many people doing that right now? I know. Man, I done been on lunch too long. Mess around with old lead. I know. And I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But I just want to put on your temple. Why are you doing this? There's another way. You do not have to wait 30 freaking years to retire. All of that bullshit, that dream of retiring down on the beach somewhere, getting a little cottage on the beach, and all your money your life gonna be paid for from the hard work you done put in, from your Social Security, your pension, and your doggone 401ks and your investments. That's a lie. It's a lie. And it's proven. Go ask your elders. Hey, guess what? You ain't got to ask your elders. You know who you ask? Go to Walmart. Go to Walmart and ask the little old man or the little old lady greeting you when they come in. Why are you here? When Walmart first came down to Ohio and Michigan, you ain't see no old folks at no door. You seen young people. You didn't really see a whole bunch. That was a long time. That was early 90s. You didn't see that. Now, you see elder people that should be on the couch watching Pat Stay Chat. They cashiers. They janitorial. They greeters. They the people. You need an ad? There's some coupons in here. Huh? Look, take one of these. What you coming to buy? Huh? What you coming to buy? Because it might be in here. They'll look through the paper for you. What? Hold on. What you looking for a TV? TV set? What size? What size I don't know why they got to keep it. What size TV set you looking for? Oh, yeah? I think they got one of them back there. Hold on. On page 2, look here. This one right here, this is a nice one. That's a 4K HUD TV. I don't know what the hell that is, but it sounds like it's good because I don't know what none of it is. So you can go back there in aisle 19. They ain't got nothing else to do. They got to be there. Because they don't got enough money. Ain't no elderly person working in no store with these badass kids. Because that's where they want to be. Ain't no elder working in none of these dang on stores, listening to these badass kids cry and looking at these half-ass dressed women and sagging pants little boys walking through here. They're not doing this because they're bored and they just want something to do. I just got a job, just to keep me busy, to have a little something, a little extra something, little something. It ain't. Because you know good and well, after your pension and after the money that your passed away husband left you and after your Social Security, you still need to make up about $50 to pay your rent and utilities. That's why they in there. They don't let no elder tell you, I just looking for something extra to do. After my husband had passed, I'm just sitting around the house. I said, you know what, I'm going to go get me a job and just for fun, listen to crying ass babies and look at half naked young women cursing and stuff with a bunch of piercings in their nipples and whatnot. And, I just wanted to, have something extra else to do. Bullshit. You know good and well, your pension, your 401k, and your the money your husband left you and that life insurance policy is just enough to pay for your rent or your mortgage and your utilities, but your medication, who paying for your medication? Because I gotta get my water pills, and I got sugar. I got the sugar, so I gotta get my medications. And they don't cover that no more. My insurance don't cover that no more. And they trying to tell me they about to try to cut me off. This prescription here, I got this note in the mail. Read that back to me. Read that back to me, because is they telling me that they trying to cut me off because of whatnot and something? That's what I thought it said. That's what it's saying. I'll be damned. I'm gonna have to start paying for that medication too. You know, our elders going back to work because they have to. So that whole fantasy of living in Hawaii somewhere drinking Mai Tais with your feet in the sand is a freaking lie. And you don't figure it out until you get close to retirement. Once you get that, you're 5 years away from retirement, right? Soon as you're 5 years away from retirement, you better start calculating. In 5 years, I can retire. What all do I have to pay for? What's left? How far in debt am I? How far along am I in with my mortgage payment? How many more years do I need to pay this mortgage? How many more years do I need to pay off these credit cards? How many more years do I need to pay off this car? You need to start. And then, what do I have left to live on? That's when you find out you are in some trouble. And you're going to have to keep working. Ain't nobody about to be buying a whole house full of furniture and sitting down on their new lazy boys watching Pat Stachek and Alex Trebek. I'm sorry, y'all, for going on. I didn't rant. I just want to talk at y'all and just tell you, it's been on my mind. Like, this life ain't glamorous at all. But doggone it, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I do not want to go back into the working world. I don't want to go back to doing that because I know what it's going to be. I'm going to snap on somebody. If I have to go back to work, I'm telling you, I'd rather sell everything and live in this damn RV before I go back to the workforce. I do not want to do that. Because that is human torture to me. Going in, listen, before I go, part of working at your job ain't just how crooked and messed up the job is. Your co-workers. Some of your co-workers make you end up in jail, some of them. Your co-workers make you want to be like, hey, would you shut the fuck up? Have you ever felt like that? You don't even curse, right? You don't curse at all. But have the person next to you working, you sitting over there doing your thing, you putting together your parts, or you casing your mail, or you doing your thing. Do you ever just, would you shut the fuck up? Shit! It's 7:30 in the morning. Do you ever shut this shit up today? Can you shut up every Tuesday between 7:30 and 11? Please, just shut up on Tuesdays for me. Please. Can you just shut up between 7:30 and 11 a.m. on Tuesdays? I'm not asking for much. Just shut the fuck up. Please. Can you stop coming over here asking me questions and shit? Just stay over there between 7:30 a.m. and 11. Don't come fucking with me till after lunch. Please. As happy as your ass is to be here, I don't want to be here with you. I need to be laid up with my old lady with my arms around her until we both start sweating and end up making love some kind of way by accident. I do not want to be here with you. And you happy about that shit. Man, go back down there, man. Listen to me. I can't make this up. I literally told somebody what I just told you was a true story, and he probably watching me right now. I told him one day, I'm sick of hearing you. Would you shut the hell up? I'm begging you. I'm begging you to shut up. He said, shut me up. And everybody stopped me from doing it. Because I said, F this job, F everything. I'm going for broke. He asked me to shut him up. Now I gave him an option to shut the fuck up. Right? You could have took that. I gave you a choice. And you gave me a choice to shut you up. And this is around the time where I'm thinking about quitting anyway. All right? I'm not worried about losing this job right now. You better watch who you talking to sometime. You don't know what headspace they in. And you don't know how far they gonna take it. Well, he pushed me that day, because, man, look, I almost gave you a handful of bitches and a pocket full of motherfuckers that day, because I tell you what, I wasn't the one that day. And there's some people there still to this day in the post office to remember that day. Boy, I was about to cream this dude's corn. Dude, I don't know. And, of course, I'm from the north, so I'm, the different dude. I don't know what you taking me for, man. Because y'all see how much I talk. I don't talk that much at work. I don't talk that much in person. I don't. I tried my hardest to shut up. But this dude just talking. Did you see the game yesterday? Did you see what he did? He didn't even pass the ball. You know what my wife said? My wife said she loved corn. I said I hate corn. I said I love corn. She said I hate corn. She said, well, why we cook corn? I said, man, why don't you shut up? Just words just be falling out of you like doo-doo. Just words just fall out, man. Just shut up. You don't even concentrate on what's coming out. They just falls out of you. Shut the fuck up. Between 7:30 and 11, man. Wait till I leave the office and you could talk until you blue in the face. Come and shut me up. Give me 5 minutes. Everybody, Led, don't do it. You'll lose your job, man. I need him shut up right now. Somebody better shut him up. Y'all want me to stop? Shut him up. My supervisor come over here. What's going on here? You better make him shut up, or all of us gonna lose our job. Now, I'm working in the post office. You don't want to hear no mailman say no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You better shut him up, or all of us gonna shut up for good. Y'all better shut this fool up. You don't want me to end up shutting people, because I don't know when to stop. Once I shut up one person, everybody gets shutted up. You understand me? I flies off the rail. Once it's all over and I snap back to it and realize what I've done. Anyway, please. Oh, Led, look, why don't you go on home? It sounds like you a little frustrated. I am frustrated. Yeah, I think I will go home. And I don't even think I'm coming back for the rest of this week. Try that on for size. Well, yeah, you going on to the house. You going on to the house. Just call us when you feel better. And we'll talk to him about it. Yeah, you talk to him before I do. Tupac. I'm not one, but don't push me. Don't push me. You understand? And that's the world and the environment that you living in right now, where you just so bad deep inside you be bubbling, don't it? It be bubbling. Somebody working next to you in the nurse's station, and she just lying. How many medical professionals I got right now? You working in the medical profession, and y'all at the nurse's station, and this bitch won't stop lying. Yeah, my husband got a car for me just like that. We going to pick it up in about a week. Oh yeah, I bought a house just like that. I used to live in a house just like that in that neighborhood like 10 years ago. I grew up in a house like that. Everything you got and everything you did, she got and she did. Shut your lying ass up. I was gonna get a car that color, just like yours, but at the time I was like, ugh, this dude trying to trick me and stuff. So I just end up getting this Honda Civic instead of getting a Lexus, because they were trying to get a girl, you know what I'm saying? So I just went on it. Shut your lying ass up. Some of y'all are lionists. Some of y'all are lionists. Powerful. And some of y'all are lionesses. It's a difference. It's a difference between a lioness and a lioness. And they don't know the difference. Like, shut your lioness up. Oh, thank you. You call me a lioness. I know I am powerful and I am a Sagittarius and stuff. And they say that. No, that ain't what I said. I said, shut your lying ass up. I did not call you a lioness. You're a lioness. Shut up. You know, I used to date Denzel back in. Shut up. Just shut up. Would you just, somebody get her, or I'm telling you, I'm going to put the defibrillator on her forehead. I promise to you. I promise on everything. I will defibrillate her skull if y'all don't get her up out this nurse's station. Today. Shut up before I defibrillate you. Shit. They push you to the edge, man. They push you to the edge of thinking of ways to do certain things and get away with it. Yes, I will defibrillate. Clear, bitch? Shut up. You know? Splash her with your morning coffee first. Get her wet. Clear? Shut up. I'll do anything to shut her up. I'll take the consequences later. Security. Security. She up here defibrillating people. You call the cops. Who else wants some? Who else want to get patches? I will defibrillate the hell out of you. Just shut up. Yes, I will defibrillate the hell out of you if you don't shut up. Because I know you will shut up after your chest pump up. Or your skull. Because I'm make you swallow your gum. Shut up. Security. See defibrillating people? Let me stop. Because there I go. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all. There's another way to do this. Okay? There's another way. And I'm telling you, purchasing your own land and starting your own world right here in your own land is the way to do it. You do not have to work for these corporations for 30 years. For 30 years just to be paid back nothing. For 30 years investing all your money just for them to play with your money, and you end up being broke. And you don't even know who to turn to cuss out of who stole your money and why. Who played with your money. Nobody's there to answer it. All these people are losing thousands and thousands of dollars, and the only thing you can talk to and cuss out is a computer. You don't have to keep investing in their corporations and in their things to keep them rich so they can play and go on vacations on yachts and shit with your money. You can take that same amount of money that you investing in here and invest it into your own land. And I'm going to leave with this. While everybody keep talking about the insurance is a scam, insurance is a scam, insurance is a scam, I found that out back in 2000. I think that was 2010. When we had that flood, I knew insurance was a scam. So I stopped paying them. And we put our money to the side. So if something do happen, we pay for our damages out of our own damn pocket. I don't got to go to no insurance company begging for help. Pay for my own problems out of my own pocket. And all that money that I got put aside is accruing interest anyway. And that way, I don't got to call no insurance and beg you to help me with my own money. You done been taking money from me all these years, and you mean to tell me that doesn't qualify for? I'm in a situation, I'm in a crisis, and I need y'all to help me, or I need my money. And they say no. Plus, you know, your deductible is 20,000 and your problem is 25,000. So all we're going to be able to give you after it's said and done is 5,000. And once we actually pay out, your premium going to go up anyway. They played your ass like a fiddle with your own money. So these are the things that we are investing in that you will never see a return on. You will never see an actual, real, true return unless you got that kind of money to play with. Or you just don't care about getting your money back. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. And you will never be unhappy. Telling you, invest in yourself. Don't invest in yourself. I could go on all day with this. Invest in yourself. Okay? With that being said, I love y'all. You do not have to be working on 30 freaking years just to be denied everything. You don't have to be working 30 years for somebody else just to end up curled over like a damn Frito chip, back hurting, hip replacements, knee replacements, and bad vision and carpal tunnel and shit because you've been working in this factory all your life, giving your life, your energy and your essence to this company. While you done lost your husband, you done lost your wife, your kids don't respect you because you ain't never been there because your whole life you've been in that factory. You lost everything, waiting on them to give you crumbs at the end of this little rainbow. It's not worth it. Y'all could do what y'all want to do. I can see working to just make a come up like I want this pond and go back to work, do a little side odd job and get your stuff together on your land. But for the most part, just sitting here for 30 years, watching you and watching me grow old and crippled and shit in here, that is not humane. That's inhumane. That's what that is. It's like being in jail and watching each other grow old, like on that movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Watching each other grow old. That's all we do in these factories. Watch each other turn gray. Talk about our gray hair. Talk about us losing hair. Talk about us gaining weight. Talk about, all we talk about in the office, how sick we getting. Yeah, you know I done mess around and got the sugar. Yeah, the sugar got me. Like it's Freddy Krueger or something. You know mess around, sugar done mess around got me, you know that. Mm-hmm. I was going home one day, got all sick, starts coughing up a little blood, got a little dizzy. Da-da! Sugar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just popped out of nowhere, came from around some bushes. Sugar messed around, jump up and got me. Like you done been robbed. You know? When people get diabetes, they make diabetes sound like it was a criminal that came from behind the house or something and put a gun in your ribs. Stick 'em up, sucker. Man, yeah, you know I was walking home the other day, messed around, got sugar. Yeah. Came out of nowhere, man. I was too busy talking on that phone. I didn't even know. I was dizzy for a minute and felt this sharp ass pain, you know. Yep, I knew what it was when it happened. I didn't resist, you know. Sugar. With that being said, y'all, let me go. Y'all have a wonderful day. You do not have to keep doing and working this system like they got it set up because we're witnessing right now exactly what they think about us. They do not care about you or me. As long as they're rich and happy and fat, they could give a damn whether me and you live or die. We are nothing but batteries. And once you're depleted, you're easily replaceable. They pull you out of the machine and put in a fresh battery and run their asses down. All right? With that being said, I love y'all. Enjoy your day. I'm going to get back on building this damn pig pen again. All right? Hopefully, I'll be able to show y'all letting them out loose in their new pig pen. All right? Live Farmer 73. Just think about what I said. Normally, I don't care one way or the other what you think, but right now I do. Think about what I said, all of it. They got us by the balls, man. Leave your comment in your situation below. All right? Live Farmer 73. Enjoy your day. I love you, and I'm out. Peace.